Yes, I purchased this on my own as an adult. I have no regrets. Hey guys, this is Joey DeAngelis here with a Jurassic Park retrospective about Jurassic Park 1, The Lost World Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park 3. Now, normally I do these videos in multiple parts, but I think I'd get it in one fell swoop because I've already talked about the first Jurassic Park on this channel, plus it's only 3 movies, so one video about 3 movies isn't so bad. So, brief background on myself with Jurassic Park. I'm a huge fan of the first movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I have the movie on VHS. Don't have it on DVD anymore, but I have the Blu-ray set with all 3 of the movies. Maybe after this video, I'll show you guys some of my other Jurassic Park stuff that I own. As you already know, I have this Park Ranger badge, and I have this Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. So, the first Jurassic Park is kind of a masterpiece, or at least it's the best film of its kind. A crowd-pleasing blockbuster, great special effects, really solid acting, solid script. It works on a lot of levels. It's only now, 22 years later, that some of the effects are starting to crack, but they still work because of the acting. For example, the Brachiosaurus scene is one of the best scenes in any movie, in my opinion, where, you know, they're looking at this enormous dinosaur. The CG's a little CG-ish, but when you look at Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum's reactions, it's perfect. It works for that scene. So, that's the first movies film moments like that, or in the first movie where the T-Rex, after he kills all the velociraptors, roars triumphantly, and she is standing behind the banner that's falling and says, "When dinosaurs ruled the earth." Great way to end a movie. Now, let's talk about the sequel, The Lost World. Alright, The Lost World. It's the second film of the franchise. Basically, we find out that there's a second Jurassic Park island. There's Isla Nublar, and now there's Isla Sorna, which is the island used in the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. So it's the same island in Jurassic Park 3 and Lost World. So just to confirm that. Now, in this movie, Jeff Goldblum returns, and he finds out through John Hammond. Well, John Hammond's lost basically everything. Not everything. He's lost Jurassic Park, and now his nephew controls it. And apparently there's a team of scientists trying to do research on the dinosaurs on the island, one of them being Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend. Jeff Goldblum's character is Ian Malcolm, by the way, one of the best characters in the first movie, at least. His girlfriend is played by Julianne Moore, and I'll never forget her name because it results in the best line delivery ever. Sarah! I mean, it's classic. Just look it up. Vince Vaughn's also in this movie, and he's just kind of there, and not in Wedding Crashers or True Detective, so I don't really care. And then Jeff Goldblum's daughter comes along. She kills a raptor using gymnastics. The movie itself has very interesting ideas. It's a as I say in the bonus features, hunters versus gatherers type of deal. The hunters being led by Pete Postlethwaite's character, who's kind of a hunter dude, and all he wants to do is track down a T-Rex and capture it. You know, that's his character. And he's the most interesting guy in this entire movie. Now, there's a couple scenes of note, but there's not really too many. There's like all the scenes in this movie are like more of a typical summer blockbuster. It's more of an average sequel. I think somebody put it best like that. Where Jurassic Park 2 is just kind of boring. You know, it doesn't have a lot of the majesty of the first one. The thrills aren't as cool. In the end of the movie, the T-Rex goes on the mainland and starts wrecking San Diego, but that's not even a very cool scene. It's okay, but I don't care about any of the people in it. Like, and you're just kind of sitting there. I don't care about Jeff Goldblum. He's so boring. It's kind of the syndrome where you put the comedic side character as the lead role, and it just totally fails. It's another example of that. It's like the Pirates movies where they put Jack Sparrow in the lead, and it's just god-awful. Alright? I mean, let's see. Like, it's so dull when I watch it. I mean, the velociraptors are kind of boring. I mean, they get killed by gymnastics. I don't care what you say about anything. Okay, nothing is as stupid as Jeff Goldblum's daughter defeating a velociraptor using gymnastics. No. No. Okay? The raptors in the grass scene is kind of boring. T-Rex chasing things. There's two giant T-Rexes in the movie. A mother and a father T-Rex, and there's a baby T-Rex whose voice is the most annoying thing in the world. The one dinosaur that I was really glad to see is the Pachycephalosaurus. He's got a big hard head and he charges into things, and that was slightly cool, but that's like in 2 scenes. There's basically all the dinosaurs are just kind of there to destroy things, and it's not really as cool as the first one, honestly, and the thrills aren't as good. I'm rambling a bit, but I've seen this movie twice in the last couple of weeks, shockingly enough. Once by myself just to watch it again, and my brother wanted to watch it for some reason. And I just don't care. And like, you also have like the compies. They're like these little chicken-sized dinosaurs. They're also in the 3rd movie, and they kind of take the role of what the velociraptors are. They're freakier than the velociraptors are, at least in Lost World. I prefer the raptors in the first Jurassic Park, but if we're looking at the Lost World, I prefer the compies over the raptors. And then there was supposed to be a cool pterodon like action scene, but that didn't happen. They didn't make that. They decided to go with a different angle for the conclusion of the movie. And the biggest tease of all, the very end of the movie, when they show like a nice pan of the island, all the dinosaurs and all of its inhabitants, they have a pterodon screeching at the very end. It's such a tease. I'm like, oh my god! It's really lame. And then, and then my biggest problem is John Hammond's nephew in the movie, Gennaro, I think his name is. Gennaro, generic. He's essentially what Hammond could have been in the first movie. Hammond in the first movie is actually kind of an interesting character, because he's not necessarily just in it for the money. He's in it so that way we can bring back dinosaurs and put a smile on people's faces. That's awesome. Trouble is, these are dinosaurs, and he's kind of playing God there, so he has to learn his lesson at the end. This guy, he's just in it for the money. He's just like, yes, we could put this in San Diego so that way people can afford to go there and we can sell more tickets. His voice probably doesn't sound exactly like this, but it might as well because his character is so generic. Gennaro. Lost World is not very good. It's okay, but it's not good. Jurassic Park 3. Now, I talk to people about Jurassic Park 3 all the time, and this was actually the first Jurassic Park movie I saw in the theater. I've never been able to see Lost World in the theaters. I saw the first Jurassic Park when it was re-released, and oh boy, this one, a lot of people really hate it more than Lost World, which I can understand because Lost World has a more intriguing concept with like the hunters and the gatherers. And you have other dinosaurs. Jurassic Park 3 is just a lot more fun. It's only 90 minutes long. You have Sam Neill as the lead, which I think works a lot better than having Jeff Goldblum as the lead. Sam Neill here is playing Alan Grant once again. He's kind of doing his paleontology thing. He's tired of people asking him about like the Isla Nublar incident, so he's just like, shut up everyone. And then basically William H. Macy and Tia Leone are like, they're later revealed to be a divorced couple, but like they ask, at first they ask Alan Grant to give them a tour of the island, and they crash land on the island, and it turns out they're there to do a rescue operation to save their son because nobody else is going to save him. It's restricted air zone basically on that island. So, yeah, they're looking for the son, which the son, to be fair, the kid is actually, you might say it's impossible for him to like do all the things he did and survive on the island, but at least he's a more useful kid than most movie kids are. So they go on the island, and this island is Isla Sorna, which is the island that it's featured in Lost World, and Sam Neill's never been at Isla Sorna, so he doesn't know much about it. And then there's the raptors. The raptors have like these kind of proto-feathers on top, like these little weird feathers on top of their head, apparently on the male raptors at least. T-Rex gets its ass whooped by the Spinosaurus, and the Spinosaurus proves to be the best dinosaur in the series since the first movie, I would say. The Spinosaurus really proves to be a threat. It's kind of like the T-Rex and the Raptor put into one, where it's massive, but it doesn't ignore you because of the stupid sight thing, as far as I can remember. It had less trouble with that anyway. It didn't need therapy like the T-Rex does. you know. And the characters, I really don't. The story isn't interesting, you know. It's kind of like whatever. But at least in this one, I'm able to have a better time. It's almost like a non-stop ride because they're constantly getting chased by dinosaurs. And when they land on the island, they get attacked by the Spinosaurs. And the Spinosaurs proceeds to destroy their aircraft. Right after that, the T-Rex fights the Spinosaurs and then gets destroyed by the Spinosaurs, leaving no doubt in your mind that this Spinosaurus is serious business. Towards the end of the movie, this is a spectacular fight scene where the Spinosaurus is destroying like this boat that they're on, and it's amazing. It was awesome. Okay, it would have been better if I cared about the characters outside of Alan Grant a little bit more, but whatever. And then Alan Grant is like a stupid assistant guy that steals Velociraptor eggs. Laura Dern's in the movie, but really in a minor supporting role. More like a glorified cameo than anything else. But it's still nice to see her, you know. I liked her in the first one, and it's nice to see her just kind of hanging around in the third one. Also, like I said with the Pterodons are back in Jurassic Park 3, and they're awesome. Like, that's the thing with this movie. It ups the ante in terms of thrills. It's not necessarily a better story than any of the other Jurassic Parks. It's probably the weakest in terms of story. But the fact is, it's just a more exciting movie. And it's only 90 minutes when compared to the runtime of Lost World Jurassic Park, which is a bit more than 2 hours. And that's a bit insufferable. So Jurassic Park 3, not great in terms of story, but I honestly like it a lot more than Lost World because I'm able to have a lot more fun. It's more of a popcorn film than it is a movie where you think, you know, if you will. So that's all I really have to say about the Jurassic Park franchise. After this part of my review ends, I'm going to show you some of my Jurassic Park stuff, I guess. I've kind of decided to do that. So, yeah, I will have a Jurassic World review later this week because I'm seeing the movie twice this week, once with family and then with friends. I might even see it a third time depending on if I need to see it with other people. So, that's really it. Thanks, guys, for watching this, and cut to Jurassic Park stuff. There's my Jurassic Park iron-on patch. My uncle gave me this years ago. This is a Jurassic Park cup from McDonald's. It's got information about the... let me just see that. Yeah, it's a little hard to... My camera's terrible. Yeah, McDonald's, back from the 90s. So, that's up there. Let's see if there's anything else up here. Jurassic Park gate from Jurassic Park 3. That was my toy set when I was younger. So, there's that. Spinosaurus. This is from like a Knock'em Sock'em version of like Jurassic Park where it's like the T-Rex versus the Spino. And I only have the Spinosaurus left because somebody broke my T-Rex only recently, which I'm very pissed off about. Back here, sorry about this, guys. It's really crowded in my man cave when I put in stuff. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is the Jurassic Park vinyl album. There's the raptors. This is the scene, of course, of the brachiosaurs, and towards the middle of the movie where Alan Grant is kind of bonding with the kids, and basically that album's actually from like the cover art's from Mondo, and that was like an exclusive album artwork. The other album cover that they had for Jurassic Park, they actually have a bunch of Jurassic Park posters that are now sold out, obviously because of Mondo, but like there's another cover was like a skeleton, and I didn't care for that one as much. So there's that. My Jurassic Park Ranger badge. There's that. And Jurassic Park shirt. I have other stuff that I'll probably show off in my Jurassic World review, but that's all for now. See you guys later.